Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to this latest moon activation that is part of a series that can be found under the playlist of this channel. This session is to support us with the current energies, particularly the full moon in Virgo that is happening on the 24th of February at approximately midday 12:30 UK time. I've already been tuning into the energies for this session, and I've looked into the astrology as well. And the focus for today is going to be very much the physical health, really fine tuning our physical bodies and upgrading so that we feel stronger. So if this theme is of interest for you, then do listen in, no matter when you're finding this video, as this session has been set up outside of time and space. I invite you to make yourself comfortable, either lying down, seated or reclining. And then just dropping into the belly, dropping into the breath. Becoming fully present so that you can get the most out of the session today. And during the session, I will invite you to hold over different areas of your body. And this just helps set our intention and our focus. And it also brings oxygenated blood and awareness to that area so it can heal more deeply. So just bringing the focus to the breath. Almost like you're filling up a bottle from the bottom upwards, really breathing into the pelvis. Nice, deep, expansive, diaphragmatic breaths. And with every out-breath, an invitation to release, relax, and let go. Really giving yourself permission to let go, sinking into the support underneath you, the bed, if you're lying down. Just really allowing yourself to feel supported. And just making a little scan of the body-mind, observing any areas of tension and really giving yourself permission to let go. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths, breathing out through the mouth. Letting go of any surface tension, any emotion, anything that's ready to shift in this now moment, breathing it out. So as I tune into the group energy field, what is coming up to start with is the nervous system, particularly the cortex of the brain, which is very much involved with thinking. But we're going to be looking specifically at the temporal lobe, which is to the sides of the head, just above the ears. And this part of the brain is very much involved with perception and understanding. So it may well be during this balancing that there'll be some shift in perception or understanding that will help us to receive a deeper level of healing. We're then linking the temporal lobe into the hypothalamus, which is also part of the brain, but it's also very much interlinked with the endocrine system. And its role is to regulate the endocrine system. And what's coming up particularly is the regulation of anxiety. So this may well be within the hypothalamus, but also within the whole endocrine system. And the hypothalamus can tend to get a little bit hypervigilant, particularly if we have a tendency to anticipate things going wrong or anticipate problems. It can almost get into this hypervigilance of what is going to happen next. So it's supporting the hypothalamus perhaps to have a shift in perception and understanding, so it can start to come out of anxiety, and then in turn the whole endocrine system can come out of anxiety. What's coming up now is the immune system. And this is fascinating for me because there's actually something called psychoneuroimmunology, and it looks at the relationship between the immune system, the emotions, and the nervous system, and how they interact. So, for example, stress can literally paralyze the immune system if we go into fear. So that's just one example, but there's a whole kind of cascade of relationships. So it's very interesting for me that we're looking at the nervous system, the temporal lobe, the endocrine system, which is to do with the emotions, and then the immune system. And what we're looking at within the immune system is the self-esteem. So this is also very interesting because the immune system is where we hold our sense of self, because the immune system is about, is this self or is this non-self? Is this going to harm me, or is this something that's nourishing and nurturing and that I can let in? So it's really on the lookout for pathogens of all sorts. So if we don't have good self-esteem, the immune system is not going to take the same care of ourselves. So it's really installing in the immune system the belief, I'm worth taking care of. So it's raising that self-esteem, so we really feel that self-worth. So we're looking at this whole picture and balancing this now. So you can just hold over intuitively wherever you feel more drawn. So either the sides of the head for the temporal lobe, the top of the head for the hypothalamus, and the liver, which is on the right hand side of the lower rib cage, and the spleen, which is on the left hand side of the lower rib cage for the defense. So whichever of those things is strongest for you, whichever is calling you, then place your hands there. And just starting by taking a few nice deep breaths. I'm tapping to shift the energy and to support you to shift the energy. So we're looking at the temporal lobe first of all, perception and understanding, hypothalamus, regulation, anxiety, and then the immune system for self-esteem. Really allowing the shift to happen and really stepping into your self-worth. Okay, that is complete. You can relax your hands down. The next thing that we're looking at is the sense of touch. So the senses are how we perceive the world. So that's interesting, as we had the temporal lobe earlier, which is also around perception. And there are filters for that world. So with the sense of touch, it's helping us to feel in a more healthy way. And that can be on all levels. So physical, emotional, spiritual. And what we're particularly looking at is movement and how we feel about movement. And really shifting any filters around that. So, the feeling of how we feel when we walk, or, that sensations, it's coming into that somatic body to start feeling sensuality, to start feeling good in our body as we move. And movement can really help to clear any stagnation. So that's something that I'm kind of picking up as a theme for this session as well, the clearing of stagnation. So what's coming in next is a belief. And the belief that's coming up is life is empty. Now, it's interesting because from a Chinese medicine point of view, which is very much what this system that I work with at Connect is based on, it's said that the root of all disease is separation. And if we're feeling a bit disconnected, feeling a bit like life is empty, then we're not really in that flow, in that connection. So the movement is helping to really shift something in how we feel about that. And then we're connecting into oneness. So it's our inner knowing that we are all connected, that we're connected to that divine spark within ourselves. And it's really remembering that so that we can feel connected with nature, connected with others, connected with the divine. So that's the whole balancing. So I think connecting to the heart's energy field would be most helpful for this. So just placing both hands over the heart, one to connect in with the sense of touch and the other hand in to connect in with our inner knowing of oneness. And again, some nice deep breaths. Balancing the sense of touch so that we can feel in a more useful way, particularly how we feel in our bodies, particularly when moving, that sensuality. It's bringing in that joy as well, because if life is empty, then there's not much feeling of joy. So it feels like it's really activating the heart's energy field through the sense of touch. So taking some nice deep breaths, and if this resonates for you, letting go of the belief life is empty, knowing that this is just a belief that probably we picked up at some time during our life, possibly during childhood, but it's not serving you, it's not who you are, and you can let this go now. Connecting into your inner knowing of oneness. That connection, that divine connection to all that is. And really allowing that to wash away any feelings of life being empty. Bringing in the joy, bringing in the connection, bringing in the love. And if we enjoy, it's likely that the immune system is also going to be functioning better. So it's shifting out of that fear, anxiety and into the joy. So it's almost like a continuation of the first part of the healing as well. So that part is complete. You can relax your hands. And the next thing that is coming up is I'm tuning in to a acupuncture point that is just 1 hand breadth above the ankle on the inside of the leg. And it's called spleen 6. It's also known as the 3 yin meeting point. And it's three meridians meet there. So it's beneficial to quite a lot of things. I'm just going to let you know what those things are to see if you can relate to anything. It strengthens the spleen and stomach. It resolves dampness. It also smooths the flow of liver qi and moves the blood, which is interesting because we've had the stagnation theme come in as well. It also calms the mind and tonifies the kidney yin. And it also regulates menstruation and stops pain. So the reason that we need to work with this, particularly when I tune in, is for stagnation, pain, worry and weakness. So it's going to really help with those things. So the stagnation is coming up again, so creating that movement. And it's linking into the digestive system. And this is really interesting because it's looking at the digestive system, not in terms of necessarily just digesting our food, but also digesting life. We had that belief before of life is empty. So it's shifting the way we're kind of looking at life. And what it's bringing in is discernment. So is this nourishing and nurturing for me, or is this toxic? Is this something I want to move towards, or is this something that I want to move away from? So it's this level of digestion. So it's almost like discerning what it is we want to digest, because there's so much going on in the world at the moment. We don't necessarily want to have to digest the news every night. You know, that might just be not right for us at this time. So this is then linking into the relationship between the digestive system and our immunity, which is really interesting. It's looking at the microbiome, the gut health, and how that all feeds in. And what we're going to do is a reset of the nervous system to really allow a shift in the digestive system, and in this, utilizing this point as well to clear any stagnation and pain. Often pain is stagnation. That's what causes pain. So if you have any pain in your physical body, it is caused by stagnation. So hopefully this session will really support you. So I think what would be helpful is to hold over the belly button, navel, to connect in with the digestive system, and just taking some really nice deep breaths as well to really support the resetting of the nervous system, the coming out of fight or flight into rest and healing, which is when physical healing can take place. If we are in a fight or flight state, then our body does not have time to heal. It's fighting the battle, even if there's not a real emergency going on, even if it's just because our nervous system is locked in there. So this is going to be really helpful for the physical healing to support us to reset our nervous system. So I'm just working with this point to start with, this acupuncture point, to really relieve stagnation, worry, weakness, pain, get things moving through those 3 meridians, and then connecting into the digestive system, which the spleen is very much part of the digestive system. It's part of the earth element in the body mind, so this is very much interrelated. And then connecting that into the reset of the nervous system. So that is the end of the balancing today. I do hope that you have enjoyed and benefited. If you would like a further one-on-one tune-up of your physical body, then do get in contact. My details are in the description of this video. Do get in contact for a one-on-one session. And do have a listen to other sessions in the playlist to see if there's anything else that may benefit you. Many blessings. My name's Sarah Chave, and I look forward to connecting with you during my next video. Bye for now.